Say what needs to be said. What happens next after you land a life-changing contract you've been working towards your entire life? I signed a $60 million contract to play with the Philadelphia Eagles in 2008, but they already had 2 Pro Bowl cornerbacks with Lito Shepherd and Sheldon Brown, making things uncomfortable for them when I joined the team to come play for the Philadelphia Eagles. But Coach Andy Reid let it be known that I was the man, and Asante Samuel is here to make plays, and we got to see what he's going to do because we need plays and interceptions on his team. He believed in my ability, and I really appreciated that. I appreciated that with the bottom of my heart, and I vowed to show him I appreciated him. And I made it my business to make sure the Philadelphia Eagles' money was well spent. That $60 million contract they gave me, I wasn't going to make them regret giving me that $60 million contract. I wanted them to feel very good and secure about paying Asante Samuel. Now, I ended up replacing Lito at corner, and Sheldon remained the starting cornerback alongside of myself. You know, things were intense because Lito was fighting for a new contract, and he felt like the contract I got should have been his new contract or something close to that, you know what I mean? And, you know, it didn't happen. So he wasn't a happy player on the team, more of like a disgruntled player on the team. You know, things not going so good and he's not acting normal, his normal self, and, you know, things like that. Just kind of disgruntled, right? But signing with a new team and embracing its culture is not the easiest thing for a lot of players. You know, everyone may not like you, but you can't worry about that. You can't let that affect you because your job is simply to go out there and make plays and to produce and also to be a good teammate to your teammates. Just go out there and don't cause no confusion. Don't make anything worse than it was. If anything, make things better. You don't want to cause problems, and they just blessed you. They blessed you with a life-changing contract for your family. But it seems J.C. Jackson wasn't a good teammate or team player. That's what it sounded like, right? And he couldn't connect with the culture in Chargers land, Chargers Nation. He couldn't connect. Just a lot of things was not going correctly, and you can see the chemistry with him and the DBs and the coaches. Just, you know, even him just in that uniform didn't sit or feel or look correctly, you know what I mean? And he didn't adapt well, and we seen that. His downward spiral started to begin in week 3 when J.C. Jackson was a healthy scratch against the Minnesota Vikings. You know, he was totally shocked and confused about the benching. When you scratch, you're a healthy scratch. You don't suit up or nothing, you know, just totally bench. And he was confused. Now, here's this J.C. statement after being benched against the Vikings. I kind of knew what was going on. I'm still confused on why. But like I said, I can't put my opinion on it. It was the coach's decision, Jackson said. I can tell you I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. But that's not the real answer of why I didn't play this week or why I didn't start. That's above me. He said he ain't got the answers. That's the people up top, the people that make the big money, you know, the one that makes all the answers. So it just sounds like confusion because he's just totally clueless. He can't even understand if the coaches and the team giving him the silent treatment, I guess. You know what I mean? And that's what it sounded. It sounded to start like things were starting to go bad when no one would have these talks with JC, as you can hear in his voice. Either he wasn't approachable or it was some miscommunication and they didn't approach him and tell him, hey, look, man, JC, things are not going too good. We need you to step it up or, you know, things might go left. We might have to trade you, get rid of you. So can you please step it up or show that you're happy to be here? You know, join in the fun. You know what I mean? But Chargers GM comes out and apologizes to his defensive backs. He goes into the defensive back room and apologizes for signing JC to the team after they traded him back to New England. The team that they signed him from, they traded him back. You understand what I'm saying? That's crazy. And to be honest, it is a slap in the face when another cornerback is signed to the team and you have cornerbacks already there looking for a contract. That's like signing an outsider to the team that we don't even know when we're here fighting for the same contract. You know what I mean? So that's a slap in the face. So that's why the GM felt like he had to come and apologize because he understands and he knows that these young men feel like that contract was supposed to be their contract and they're waiting for that type of contract and you gave it to somebody else. But that's a part of the game and that's the nature of the beast. That's what we go through. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Sometimes you make bad decisions, sometimes you don't. But the general manager for the Chargers was so upset about signing J.C. Jackson, he traded him back to New England, like I said, the same team that he just previously played for, and the Chargers still must pay him his remaining $40 million guarantee out of that contract. So you signed him back to the same team and got to pay that contract, while the Patriots only had to pay $1.5 million. So it seemed like the Patriots did a whole switcheroo on the Chargers. You know what I mean? That's just a crazy thing. But, JC got his money, blessings to him and his family. That's what it's about. But, we want to have a little more pride when we're getting awarded these big contracts, because that's what it's about. It's not about laying down and being that type of player and that on your legacy. I was a part of it, both sides of the situation. I signed to a team when they had established players, and and the team signed an all-pro cornerback to the team when I was there, and that was already established. And in Philly, they signed Nnamdi Asomugha to a deal in my 4th year when I was at Philly. Obviously, he didn't fit the culture well, and instantly players started complaining about his strange ways and activities, right? It didn't pan out in Philly, and we all know the history of that, right? But fans try to put him, meaning J.C. Jackson, in a category of a system cornerback because of Belichick and Belichick's system. I don't know why people always try to say cornerbacks are system corner when they come from the Belichick tree. And I'm always here to defend that, and I'm not going for that. And we seen that J.C. Jackson is playing the same ball as he played in L.A. He's not a system cornerback. His focus is just off. He is inactive for games and bench as well as he was when he was with the Chargers. But like I said, it's his focus. It ain't nothing about his playing ability. When you're a player, you make plays. And he always made plays, but you can tell that his focus is off. Like I said, when you make that money, you get that life-changing bread, sometimes it's a distraction, and you got to know how to deal with it. And we seeing that maybe he doesn't understand quite how to deal with it. He was just left behind. Patriots currently going to Germany. He's inactive, being left behind. He was benched the first quarter before that for missing curfew. So it's a lot of things that happens in the mindset of a player when they finally achieve that goal. But for me, and I want to know for you, how hard is it to act accordingly when a team, a company, or a business just blessed you and your family with a life-changing contract? How hard is it acting accordingly? Or are you the person that you want to get that money and I told you I want to act like how I really been wanting to act because I got the leverage now and nothing you could do about it? Or you want to still act accordingly and you want to show those people or that company you appreciate what they have done for you? Because you should be honored to be a great teammate and be the best teammate you can possibly be to help your team. That's how I feel about it, and that's my honest opinion. That's how I always felt, because this is a privilege. This is not nothing that we have to have. This is a privilege to play these sports and to play in the NFL, NBA, or whatever. And to be a 1%er, to have this type of wealth and come into this money, this is unheard of. Not too many people have this opportunity. So when we come into these opportunities and we secure that bag, man, appreciate it, be honored, and go out there and have a little pride about yourself. Say what needs to be said.